Welcome to Lesson 1 to 10, Multiplying Mixed Numbers. Today we're going to talk about how to multiply mixed numbers by whole numbers and how to multiply mixed numbers by fractions. Alright, so you have three simple steps to multiplying mixed numbers. The first step is to change both numbers into improper fractions. Now I know when we talked about adding and subtracting mixed numbers, I told you do not make them improper. When you multiply mixed numbers, you have to make them improper. The second step, multiply and find the product. So you multiply improper fractions the same way that you multiply regular fractions. If you don't turn them into improper fractions, you end up missing the whole numbers when you're multiplying. So it's kind of like if you were to take a piece of pizza and say, oh, I'm going to cut it into all of them into 4 slices, and leaving 2 or 3 of the pizzas out. The third step, simplify your answer. So this means changing it back into a mixed number if it needs to be changed back into a mixed number, and simplifying it and putting it into its lowest terms. Alright, so let's follow these steps. First thing, change both numbers into improper fractions. 3/5 is already just a fraction, so we don't have to change that. However, since 2 1/3 is a mixed number, we have to change this into an improper fraction. So first, I take 2 times 3 because this means I have 2 whole groups of 3. 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 extra is 3. So in this case, my problem ends up being 3/5 times 7 over 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay. And then we've also talked about using the simplification method, where if you can divide the diagonals by the same number, doing so that way you can make simplification easier. So 3 and 3 can both be divided by 3, and I get 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 5 is 5. In this case, it is improper, so I know that I have to do 7 divided by 5. 5 goes into 7 once, and I have 2 left over, so I get 1 and 2/5. Alright, so what I'd like you to do, I want you to pause the video, try this one on your own, and when you come back, we'll go over your answer. So here you should have gotten 7 over 2, again, times 5 over 3. And this time I'm just going to multiply the normal way. 7 times 5 gives you 35. 2 times 3 gives you 6. This is improper, so I have to change it to a mixed number. 6 goes into 35 5 times. Subtract 30. So I make 5 whole groups. I have 5 pieces left over out of the 6 that I need to make a whole group. Alright, so I gave you a couple of problems here that I want you to try on your own. So in this case, I have 4 times 3 and 1/8. Now, 4 becomes 4 over 1. It's the same thing as when you multiply by a whole number. 3 and 1/8 becomes 25 over 8. Both 4 and 8 can be divided by 4. Okay. So I end up with 1 over 1. And there should be multiplication signs in here. So I end up with 1 over 1, because 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2, so 25 over 2. And I get 25 over 2, which changes to 12 1/2. I would like you to try these 3 problems on your own, and make sure to complete your quiz on Edmodo. And if you have any questions, make sure to post them on Edmodo so we can go over them in class.